this is a good one. We're going over some documentation which I think is worth seeing for those of you who are in AMC, who are thinking about the situation that we find ourselves in. We're going to be looking at that and actually a few other things in this video. If you are interested in the AMC movement, make sure to give this video a like and subscribe, because we talk about this stock pretty often here on this channel, as you may be able to tell, and you might as well go and subscribe because you will enjoy what you see here. However, it is not going to be financial advice. Do your own research, guys. Come to your own conclusions. This is only my personal opinions. Do not take it as 100% fact. You know, it is just what I believe. But we're going to dive in. I'm going to give you the best thing that I found. First, it's coming from this user, Stock Tyranny, on r/AMC 2 hours ago. And it's speaking about Fidelity. So you can see the most important pieces over here. But really what we're focusing on is going to be coming from around here. It says a prime brokerage business, and in 2019 started an agency lending business. Fidelity also has developed PB Optimize, a property portfolio finance and treasury management solution for institutional investors, blah 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 blah. Just gives us a bit of background. Anyway, Fidelity supports greater transparency in stock loan transactions. And if we do want to keep reading, which we will do for a bit of wider context, transparency gives owners a better sense of what's going on, to paraphrase that, in the markets, etc, etc. Again, we're not going to look at too much of the boring stuff, but we'll have a look. For institutional customers as well, it says PB Optimize was designed to provide transparency into dealer spreads. For retail customers, Fidelity discloses the rate is paid, charged, etc. to the retail customer respectively, either to lend securities using Fidelity's paid lending program, or to borrow to effect a short sale by way of Fidelity's margin account agreement. Now, Fidelity supports enhancements on security loan transparency that clearly defined and provide investors and the marketplaces meaningful information on securities lending transactions. And they can see we have comments here that are for proposal on the following areas. So speaking about the SEC's proposed rule, as we've spoken about many times before, wanting to bring more transparency into this area. But here is their opinions on it. So it says the SEC should exclude short positions from the proposed rule. Now that's the highlighted part because it is one of the most important things, right? So why should they ignore short positions? Short positions should be just as important as long positions. So why do they need to be, you know, exempt from this rule? I don't think that's fair in my opinion, but there we go. Other important things that you'll see, the reporting time frame should be no earlier than end of day. You know, these parts, you can read them if you want to look at this post by yourself, but the most important things are highlighted. And the next one is saying that the SEC should provide a minimum 2-year implementation period for any final rulemaking and issue necessary guidance to implement proposal a full year prior to the implementation date. Why? It shows you who it's from, of course, for those of you interested. Why does it need to be hidden for 2 years, and why should short positions be exempt in the first place? Short positions, like I said, do have an influence on the market. Of course, they do just as long positions do. So why should they be exempt? And also, why does this 2-year rule need to exist? Now, of course, this is just their proposals of a proposed rule, so it's nothing that's actually coming into fruition anytime soon, most likely. But that's their ideas of it, and why. I think it shows a lot of what certain people are thinking, let's say. You know, they want to try kick this one down the road as long as possible. Inevitably they will. And as I've said, it is a case of, like the game Jenga, you need to pull out one piece and then the whole house will start falling down. Now, we don't know what that one piece is going to be. So this definitely can happen before the 2 years. But they want to do everything they can, by the looks of it, to minimize the risk, of course, by kicking the can down the road, and making it a problem for tomorrow. And of course, if that does happen, if they were in theory, by the way, able to keep kicking the can down the road, what it's going to do is just give them more time to work out more solutions and how to kick it even further down the road. So I don't like the idea. Again, it's just a proposal, and it's just a piece of DD, a speculative piece that we have, but I did think it was worth sharing. The next piece is coming from Tobias Lucas, posted 20 hours ago. It's a European ape, and it says this: speak about what AA Adam Aaron said on Twitter, Moonfall is our next AMC Investor Connect early screening on Wednesday, the 26th of January, tomorrow. The world stands on the brink of the moon, falls from its orbit hurling towards a collision with the Earth. Halle Berry stars as an impossible mission to save humanity. And of course, people are laughing at this, saying it is sort of similar to the AMC situation. You know, it's just a fun piece that I did think was worth sharing with you. What do you think down below? I mean, the whole idea of the AMC Investor Connect is cool anyway, but that's just an update of what AA said. A bit more of a joke, but there we go. Now this one's coming from COVID-19 Killed Epstein. It's saying that he or she made 10k overnight by shorting QQQ because the markets are really dropping. This was posted 3 hours ago. And that money has gone into buying 600 more AMC shares. This is not the only story like this I've heard on Reddit alone today. I've heard people buying a lot more at these low prices. Me personally, I think it may go lower than this, so I am personally waiting. But yeah, where we are with AMC, a lot of people are utilising these prices. A lot of people are also looking to average down like myself, and being so close to our initial buy-in points, I think some people are going to utilise the opportunity. Now this one's coming from JD Ruckus, as we have looked at before. He is Ortex guy who posted this. It's your midday update from Ortex. We can see if we have a look on the post. So we have this one, and we also have this one if we go onto it, where we can see the other side of things. So there we go, we have our two pieces here. So we're going to look at this one first because it's the most simple one. We can see the estimated short interest changes at plus 1.02%. What we're looking at down here is the amount of shares which are estimated to be in the short interest, and the percentage of free float, which is still above 20. Now the return shares is not very much at 391k compared to the borrowed shares, which is at about 1.51 million, and the borrowed change you can see is 1.12 million. Cost to borrow maximum is 1.43%. Cost to borrow minimum just over 1%. So you can see what we're looking at over here for the situation with AMC and the short selling. Now this is something which we spoke about earlier today. We did kind of expect this, but there we go. And if you want to have a look at this sort of data, you can do as well. It's speaking about stuff like the exchange reported short interest, which is a change of minus 0.02. We have the estimated short interest of free float is a change of plus 4.02. The percentage of free float on loan plus 4.03. The shares on loan plus 0.43 as well. Sorry, plus 4.03 as well. Come down here to days to cover, that's 1.2 change. And when we have a look at this, we can see the cost to borrow is a decrease of about 0.5% roughly, and the utilization is minus 7.39 change, but we can still see the figure at 68 is relatively high. So there you go, that's what we're seeing for AMC. The main points I wanted to highlight, of course, is where we are, where we're going into the future. I still think that this is going to be a case of a big squeeze ahead. When it happens, I am not sure, but what we know is they do not want it to happen. Of course they do not. And we're seeing all of these measures proposed, all of these objections to proposed rules, you know, from hedge funds saying that better security and better transparency on the market is a bad thing, to the thing that we covered in this video. Over the days though, more content's going to be coming at you guys, so make sure to subscribe. You are going to enjoy it here on this channel, but do remember, this was opinion related and it certainly was not financial advice. Be careful out there guys, do your research, and I'll see you in a bit. Thank you for watching through till the end, but let me tell you about our Discord. So on your screen you will be seeing the N2S Finance Discord. Obviously it is split into multiple sections. Basically at the top we have updates from me and all that kind of good stuff. If you scroll down a bit further we have the main sections where we focus on cryptos, SPACs and other hot stocks including penny stocks, even stable growth stocks as well, and we even have a special AMC GME chat. If you scroll down you can see some research and DD from the community. We also have funny memes and you can see actual contributions from members down here. And again, if you do join us, it is completely free, link is down below. But if you do want to become a Patreon, you will actually get a pink sticker which will be displayed on your name. So your name will come up in pink as mine comes up in red down here, and that will show that you are a Patreon. But other than that guys, you can join completely for free down below. You do not have to pay anything if you do not want to. Thank you for watching, see you soon.